I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. You're not gonna ask me questions. I'm gonna tell you.
Moments before this, cameras were up in her older children's faces. And then, carrying their newborn daughter in her arms, an emotional Hilaria decided to gather the mob of media in a gaggle outside of her New York home.
I want you guys to realize that we have 7 kids. And you being here to escort them to school and to be there when they come home is not good. So on a human level, you guys know I'm not gonna say anything to you. You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out, okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them. Because they ask me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home, because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyers have said something about the charges. What do you say about the charges? Are they fair?
She blew off that question, but sources close to the family tell Extra Alec and Hilaria are devastated by the decision to charge him with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. They are leaning on one another and focusing on their family. Alec was not talking either as he got into a car today, just hours after Special Prosecutor Andrea Reeb broke her silence on Fox News.
He is an A-list actor, and there's a lot of, hype around all that, but he isn't above the law.
It was her first interview since the announcement that Alec will face charges in New Mexico for the death of Alina Hutchins.
I turned it up, went like this to stay in the gun, and she was there, and the gun went off, and she just went right on the ground.
That is what he told investigators just hours after the tragedy. He insisted then he did not believe there was a live round in the chamber.
And I need to know, how did that happen? Where did that bullet come from?
And months later, he told George Stephanopoulos,
I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No.
It appears that you have evidence that contradicts this claim, do you?
Yes, we do, and we definitely believe he pulled the trigger. The FBI lab report confirms that.
Today, Joy Behar gave her view on the special prosecutor.
She's a big Republican. I'm only saying this because Alec Baldwin is a target for Republicans. They cannot stand him.
But it's important to note, the district attorney herself is a Democrat. Turning now to Chanley Painter from Court TV. Chanley, the DA says that the FBI lab confirmed Alec Baldwin did pull the trigger, even though he says he did not. How central to the case is this, you think?
This is huge for the prosecution, Billy, because the prosecution can use this to poke holes in Alec Baldwin's credibility, and he put this issue in the limelight when he chose to speak up about what happened.
Did anything come out of that investigation that might help Alec?
There was a part of this FBI report where it talks about during the test firing of the gun, at some point something fractured that could have affected the functionality of that revolver. That's something this defense is going to pick up on and, of course, extensively cross-examine any expert on.
The DA and the special prosecutor went out of their way to say nobody's above the law, not even an A-list actor. Let's look at the climate today. Some people might say Johnny Depp benefited from being famous. Lori Loughlin, certainly did not. I think they made an example of her while many other people had done the same thing. Let's talk about fame and judgment here for a second.
So Alec Baldwin, someone famous in a situation that's so tragic. And I can see a jury empathizing with what he went through on that day in those key moments, relying on the experts who are paid to make sure a prop gun is safe before it's used in a scene as an actor. But also, let's remember, this is in New Mexico, a very conservative state. Alec Baldwin is very liberal,
though Santa Fe is a
actor.
blue area. Santa Fe is a blue area,
true.
and the DA is a Democrat.
That is true, but that is something, as a celebrity, is always going to trickle in to a courtroom.
Alec's attorney told Extra, "We will fight these charges, and we will win."